Hello and welcome to this edition of Ritter's Rant. Today we're going to talk about transactional leadership. And I think anybody who hears that term knows that I'm really talking about Donald Trump. 3 days ago, I posted a rant. I talked about the potential of a grand bargain. And, it seemed over the course of the past several days that the possibility of a grand bargain might be slipping away as the reality of the conflict, the damage done, unresolved issues, and it was beginning to look more and more like a pipe dream. And then, lo and behold, the transactional president steps in, and we may, in fact, have a grand bargain in the making, sort of a super Abrams Accord. If the stories that are appearing are true or even close to being true, we could be on the cusp of having Saudi Arabia and Syria recognize the state of Israel. In exchange, there would be a resolution to the Gaza crisis. They're talking about a consortium of Arab nations who would take over management of Gaza. And that Israel would disengage and that we would be looking at a two-state solution. All the things that would be necessary for a grand bargain to bring peace in the Middle East. But what about Iran? It turns out that there's a deal for $30 billion on the table for the United States to take over Iran's nuclear program, that we're going to build the reactors Iran needs, that there's no need for Iran to have a nuclear enrichment program. Does it sound too good to be true? Is it really that easy? Just buy peace? I mean, that's all that it took over the course of years. Forget the concept of principles and values and, religion, and it's just money. That's all we needed was just money, which tells you, there's that old saying, if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true. Now, I don't want to, be the bearer of bad news or the person that wants to rain on this parade. I'm here to say right off the bat, look, if Iran wants to take $30 billion from the United States and have America put in nuclear power plants, and that's what it takes to bring an end to this conflict over the years, more power to them. And if the Gaza crisis can be resolved simply by transferring authority to Arab nations, Hamas will just willingly go away. So be it. But I think it's more complicated than that. I mean, Hamas didn't fight for 15 months, and the Palestinian people didn't sacrifice for 15 months just to cave with 30 pieces of silver. And the Iranians didn't spend decades standing up to pressure from the United States and Israel about their nuclear program just to cave for 30 billion pieces of silver. I don't wish the president harm. I actually wish him great success in the pursuit of peace. But I think we need to be cautious as we move down this path, because what looks like a solution seems to really just be papering over decades of extraordinarily complex problems with money. And that's not a solution. That's just buying temporary reprieve, if any reprieve at all. What do we do about Israel's animosity towards the Islamic Republic? Because this is more than simply about nuclear ambition or Gaza. This is about regional power politics. Iran is a major oil producing country, a major gas producing country. And if sanctions are lifted, then the Islamic Republic of Iran will become a major regional player. Or does Donald Trump believe that $30 billion will buy off Iran for an undetermined amount of time? What does Saudi Arabia do? Having made peace with Israel now, does it subordinate its desire to become the Europe? I mean, Saudi Arabia bragged. I think they said in 5-10 years' time, they will be more influential, more powerful than Europe. But not if they subordinate themselves to Israel. which is what the Abrams Accord is all about. Recognition of the state of Israel doesn't mean that you and Israel are now equal partners. It means that you're accepting a subordinate role, a servile role to a dominant Israel who will be calling the shots. Because at the end of the day, this is all about Israeli security. This isn't about bringing peace. This isn't about generating equality. This isn't about mutually beneficial relations. This is about the security of the state of Israel. And the security of the state of Israel will never be secured to the satisfaction of Israel unless everybody is subordinated to the will of Israel. So, a new grand bargain, transactional politics. I think we need to be careful or we might have buyer's remorse. This has been my rant. I'll see you next time a thought crosses my mind.